Successful entrepreneurs don't do it all themselves or rely just on themselves. They identify, they cultivate, and they use other people's talents. I'm a professor of entrepreneurship. I've been in this game for a while, when entrepreneurship hardly existed, and small firm growth was actually my dissertation topic, seen as a bit controversial.
We mentioned this when we were talking the other week around social ties, because this is really interesting. Obviously, some of the work that I do is around advisory boards, which is arguably a weak social tie without a vested interest in their business. So you're acting in their interest, but you don't have any sort of carry, or you don't advantage yourself from anything that they decide to do, which is very different to perhaps consulting or unstructured advisory or mentorship and things like that. Can you just elaborate what you mean by the power of weak social ties, and how perhaps entrepreneurs can sort of create a structure of these weak social ties to point them in the right direction?
The bigger issue here, and there's one of the main things I learned from when I started, and which has been reinforced in a lot of ways, is that successful entrepreneurs don't do it all themselves or rely just on themselves. They identify, they cultivate, and they use other people's talents. If you don't do that, you are going to level off somewhere, right? So, and then specifically the weak ties. This is a big thing from sociology, that the importance of weak ties. That means to get input from people who have different kind of knowledge than you, different kind of experiences, right? Because when we're a little group of people who we have the same political views, we have the same kind of education, blah, 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 you have this little bubble, right? And then you think the world is like that, right? And that's when you really need other people's views.
I've seen this
live
firsthand.
in a different kind of area, have a different kind of education, different social circles. So what they occupy their minds with, and their social interactions about is completely different from
But isn't it funny how like naturally sometimes, and especially if some people are seeking comfort or insecure, they seek out people that are similar to them. They do the complete opposite of that, which is effectively see people who think like them, like the same things as them, and then they get this sort of like reference bubble happening. Sometimes getting diversity of thought requires someone to be quite open-minded and willing to be confronted and said that you're wrong, which I don't know, it takes a certain character of person to be able to do that, I find.
And well, you have philosophers like John Stuart Mill, for example. He said that one who only knows their own side of a thing doesn't know much about that at all.